Hey guys, it's me Narelle here, and welcome back to a new video. This video is going to be a interesting video because I wanted to make yet again another redraw video. These are kind of getting overrated now, and I'm just like, everybody's probably like, Narelle, please stop. We get it. You improve over the years. I went through a old like elastic sleeve filled with all of my old like sketches, not drawings, but sketches, and I came across this drawing and it's of Ten and Tayo from Usaseki Lily, which is a amazing manga. Please read it. And yes, they are boyfriends in the comic. That's a little bit of spiciness that'll make you want to read it because it's that good. But anyways, I came across this and I'm like, wow, I totally forgot I drew this. So I'm like, okay, and I flipped to another version of this, and this is a redraw of it. So I think this one was drawn in 2018 and this one was drawn in 2019. I could be wrong, but look at how much I improved. The original was colored with colored pencil, as you can see by the waxy texture, and this one was colored with marker. I had no clue what marker I had back then, so the guess is as good as yours because I really don't know. There is one thing that I kind of don't like about it. I kind of don't like how I made their underclothes under their vest darker. Don't know what was wrong with me. I should have just sticked with this one because it made it a little bit more appealing. So I'm gonna take this one away because I did redraw this again. So this is actually 2 years worth of improvement. So this is the 2019 version, and here's the 2021. I'm gonna have to move my phone up a little bit so you can see it. All right. So there we go. Oh my gosh. It's kind of like a shock realization, really. Because, wow, my style just kind of derailed from this. As you can see, look at that. And look at this. It's so much different. And I had to use Google for the poses. So at least they look kind of correct in anatomy. I don't know, whatever. Don't mind me. But oh my gosh, guys, look how different my style changed. And I'm like, oh my goodness. The only thing that I didn't do was reference the characters. That's something I should have done, but I just kind of referenced off the pictures, so I think that's good enough. Don't mind me. But yes, look at that. It's so cute. So cute. And I dated this, so I know, I did it in 2021. Alrighty guys, so now we're in the speed pay portion of this video. I'm going to turn my fan off so you can hear me a lot clearly. Guys, it's been hot where I am recently, and our weather is getting hotter. So, if you hear fan noises in my audios, I do apologize. But this one, I think I can bear without the fan on. So, I decided to actually leave some of the video in real time, aka me coloring Tayo's skin, because a lot of you guys like when I color certain areas of a character. So I decided to make the skin a real-time portion of the video. So maybe in another speed paint video, I'll choose another part of the body to leave as in real time. So maybe the next one will be hair, because a lot of you guys really like how I color hair still. But I do have a tutorial on how I color hair with markers down below. So if you guys want to know how to do that, please click on the screen rather on of that video so you guys can learn how I do things. So I think that's enough self-advertisement for this video. So anyways, yeah, so this video is a improvement video, and like I said in the beginning, I kind of feel like these videos are starting to get like outdated because everyone kind of gets to the point of you improving as you keep drawing. So I just don't want to sit there and keep burning it into your minds, but somehow we really do have to burn it into someone's mind that you will improve, because it's obvious. So there's no need to be jealous of another artist because they can do X better than you, they can do Y better than you, and they could do Z better than you. Because one day, maybe you'll be better than that artist at drawing hands or legs or whatever. Maybe you'll be better at it. And you're just like, wow, what was I jealous of? Everybody improves at their own rates. So, of course, you guys, if you draw for a year, you're going to be like, oh, I haven't improved because you didn't give yourself time. Like, you just started. Like, you're not going to see immediate improvement if you just started for 2 seconds and you're just like, wow, I've drawn for like a minute. I don't see any improvement. You have to give yourself time. And I think I cut my time short with the fan off because it is hot. So I'm turning it back on. So anyways, just give yourself time, guys, just to kind of see you improve. And if you guys feel like you're not good at certain areas, please just work solely on that. I am not one to give advice because I still don't do this. A lot of artists are just like, hey, if you suck at drawing hands, you know, keep drawing hands on a couple of pages. I don't do that. I just kind of guess how hands look and somehow it works for me. Like, obviously, as an artist, I can tell if something looks odd. So I'm just like, let me reference my hand to see how thumbs should look like and all that stuff. And usually I can get it right, but I really don't reference anything. So now in the 21st century, I do use Google a lot because when I did the original drawing, I actually did not use Google for Ten and Tayo's pose. I just kind of went off of what I thought jumping looked like. And now that I look at it, I'm just like, who jumps like that? So I'm just like, wowza, like, Narelle, get a grip. Like, who jumps like that? And I'm just like, okay, you know, maybe I just needed to work on it. And what I see that could be improved on is, I don't know, the pose mainly is something that I could improve on, and this is when I newly got into Prismacolor, so my shading wasn't the best, but I did what I could, guys. Give me a break. I did what I could, and I honestly feel like the eye placement, I kind of wanted them to look at each other, and it kind of just doesn't hit the mark. You just can't see the correlation between the two characters, so I kind of let them stick out or stand alone in the original, so that I can own up to 100%. So for the 2019 version, I pretty much drew the same pose, but I will admit in the 2019 version, I think the pose got worse. If you look at Tayo's leg, you'll see it in the beginning of the video. If you look at Tayo's leg, it looks like he broke his leg while trying to put it over the other one. So that's something the original got over the new one. His leg looks fine. So with this one, I colored it with marker because this is when I first got into markers. So yeah, I did that. For the emotions, I made it so they're both looking at you, the people, which is cute. Still, I kind of wanted them to have that correlation where they're just interacting with each other. Again, I did not use any reference for the poses. I just kind of went back to the original and just kind of went from there. So that's a thing. The coloring isn't bad. Like I said, this was when I first got into alcohol markers, so I didn't really know how to blend things well. So I did good for that. As an anatomy, I can say my anatomy was okay. Ten's hands are still longer for his life, and if you look at the version now, his hands are still longer for his life. So I guess that's like a signature thing for my style. I need to learn how to kind of like shorten my elbows, and all that good stuff. But that's neither here nor there. In the 2019 version, I actually am like, okay, Narelle, you did a good job. All right. So the one you're looking at, which is the 2021 version, I cannot say enough praise for this drawing because I really feel like I not aced it, but I really feel like I got what I wanted to get because, you know, how you draw a drawing and you're like, oh my gosh, it's cute, but the idea I wanted isn't there. And then you redraw it and you're like, oh my gosh, it's cuter, but the idea I wanted still isn't there. And now that I look at the 2021 version, I'm like, oh my gosh, the idea I wanted was there, because I was a huge fangirl of this series, which the book is called Usasiki Lily. I was a huge fan of this series, and I was so happy that these two characters who are named Ten and Tayo. Ten is on the left and Tayo is on the right. I was really happy when they got announced to be boyfriends in the series, because I don't know, you'll get it better if you read the manga, but in the series it was kind of like teased that they were going to end up together, but you didn't know because Tayo didn't really show any feelings towards Ten at all. He was like, oh my gosh, he's just so irrelevant and he likes me, but I'm not that way. So, I gotta just let him down easy. And then near the end of the manga, I was like, please let them be a thing. Please let them be a thing. And in the end, they did become boyfriends, and I just could not take my yaoi heart. So that's the reason why I drew this fan art. I just drew it because I was so happy for them, because I don't know, it just melted my freaking heart, man. So if you guys have not read Usaseki Lily, I high-key recommend it. It's just so good. So yeah, that's the reason why I drew this. But yeah, getting back to the point, I got a fangirled right there, but I really wanted to get that feeling of me being happy for them in the drawing, and I feel like I got that. And I added my glitter, which is like needed. I add way too much glitter in my art, so I'm like, I need to make them sparkle for life, because I think in the originals I wanted them to sparkle, but I don't even think I had glitter pens at the time. So yeah, that's a thing. And another thing about this drawing is I use Google for references for their jump poses, because I forgot to say this, I didn't Google any reference for my first two. This one, I Googled it, because I'm like, Nyrel, if you're going big, you got to go home. So I use Google as a reference for their poses, and for 10, I was able to find a pose that was similar to his. And with Tayo, I couldn't find a jump pose that looked like the original. Like I said, I actually just kind of winged it, and I couldn't find a pose similar to it. So I'm like, you know what, let me find a pose that I could put him in where his legs could show. But I couldn't find a pose that I liked. So I found a pose where one guy's like jumping really high, and I'm like, that's gonna look awkward because I wanted both of their legs to show. But then I thought it was really cute for Ten's legs to kind of end off the drawing. So it kind of looks like they're centered around Ten's body, and it kind of ends at his leg, if you kind of get what I'm saying. So I feel like, I don't know, I really like this drawing. I like it a lot, and I just cannot stop staring at it, because oh, my heart is just like not even comprehending this right now. So as I kind of, sorry if I'm yawning, I'm so sorry, I just haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately, but yeah, but since I kind of went through my thoughts and my process and everything about these three drawings, it kind of shows that you're gonna dislike something about all of your art. Granted, I really love my 2021 version. I found a thing that I kind of didn't like about it, which was Ten's arm. So apparently I didn't get better at that over like 3 years. I'm gonna work better on it, guys. I will work better on it. I somewhat promise, because I notice that I make promises and I do not keep them. So I will try to get better at arm links, because I think you just need to get better at it, because even you as a person can be like, if they unfolded their arms, it's not gonna look right. Hunty is not gonna look right. So I will get better at that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed me kind of going through my whole process of the drawings. So now I'm just gonna talk about the process of this drawing. So the markers I actually used were a mixture of Ohuhu markers. I mainly use Copic and Ohuhu markers for Tayo because I had a lot of greens in my Ohuhu markers because I don't use green, so a lot of them were still alive. And then for 10, I had no blues in my Ohuhu markers to kind of give that same effect. So I had to actually use my newer markers, which is the touch new markers, where I had a lot of alive blues, and the blues are just beautiful, guys. So I'm like, yes, 10, you're getting the beautiful blues, you're gonna live your best life. So that's what I use for 10's color scheme. And originally I was gonna add like a little video part where I showed you all the colors in which I've used for their color schemes, and I believe for each person I just used about 5 to 6 different colors because I really don't use a lot of colors in my artwork. I just kind of keep it simple so I can just get to the point of where I want it to go, and that kind of works for me. So yeah, and I kept my promise. I actually made their shirts lighter than what their actual clothing is because I literally was like, I'm not making it darker because it just kind of looks odd. If you gotta get what I'm saying. So I just wanted them to stand out more than just kind of blend in. So now you're seeing me color the galaxy background, quote unquote galaxy. Honestly, I didn't know how I blended this in my other 2 takes, but I was like, man, it just kind of looks weird and unproportioned because you can see it was one dark side and then it just super light. So I made sure to add multiple colors on top of one another just to kind of blend it together. And then once I got it blended, I actually took my Kohinoor colored pencils, went over it with some highlights just to kind of get it one tone, which we'll see later because it still kind of looked weird from my perspective. And then I added some gray to kind of give them a little pop from the background, and it works. So yeah, no, you just gotta play around with it a little bit. So, yeah, so what else do I really have to say? I think I kind of ran out of what I really want to say, audio-wise, because we're nearing the end of the video, but I will come back at the end, kind of re-showing you guys all the different pictures, so you guys can kind of get the final sense of how my improvement went. So, all in all, am I happy I improved? Yes, I really am happy that I improved over 3 years because I have been in a really bad art rut lately, and I just got to the point where I always say I don't improve, but now that I look at it, I'm like, yo, I really did have a shock realization. Like, guys, I wasn't lying in the beginning. I really did have a shock realization here because I honestly did not know I improved that much. I always think, oh, I improved a little bit, but guys, I improved a lot. Again, my style probably won't look like this in another year or in a couple of years. I might change my style again. But for right now, I am glad that I'm improving 100%. So I'm going to keep going the way I'm going, and hopefully progress will be made. And you know what, guys? You know the one thing that stayed the same in my styles? My eyes did not change. I just kind of made it better so you can actually look at what they're looking at, you know? Because before it just was hard to see. So thank God I fixed my eyes and I kind of made them better. So yeah, so I'm going to shut up now, and then I will come back at the end with the closing of the video. So I'm just going to leave you guys with music because I'm pretty sure you're tired of me talking for like 15 minutes. So yeah, so I will see you guys at the end of the video with my final thoughts. So yeet. So I finished my newer version of Tin and Tayo. So just to kind of show the progression in order. So like I said, the original was drawn in 2018. So just get familiar with my 2018 style. Okay. And then the next one was drawn in 2019. Get used to my 2019 style. Okay. And now the time you've all been waiting for is the 2021 style. So da 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 da. I can't get over how cute this is, guys. I tried to show off the glitter in the speed paint portion. I'm gonna put it close to the camera so you guys can see it. See all that glitter though? You know, you just gotta make it shine. Shine like a diamond. Yes, hunty. I don't think I added any on the pants. I just added the glitter on top of them. So, yeah. So, I cannot get over my major improvement that I made over the freaking years. If I had anything to say, I totally wouldn't have added the white highlight. Well, outline, but I can kind of see why I did it, because if I didn't do that, they would have just merged into the background, and the background is kind of heavy in color, so I'm like, okay, I can see why I did that. This video is another one of those videos to show, hey, you guys improve, yada yada, but I think that's technically what the purpose is for these videos, is to show that everyone improves at their own speed and time. It took me like, I don't know how many years, 4 years, and the differences between all of these, 3 years, I think, 3 years. So it took me about 3 years to kind of solidify what my style kind of was at the time. Again, my style is still improving, so just because my style looks like this now does not mean that my style will look totally different in 2023. So maybe I'll do a 2023 version to show my style changes. But like I said, it's actually really nice seeing how much your style improves and all that good stuff. So guys, please do not give up on your art, because you do improve. You do get better. It's just that with time, you're not going to be able to see it, but with time, you're going to see it a little bit more clearly. So I hope you guys like this video. I really had a lot of fun recording it for you guys. And yeah, so if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, comment down whatever you like to tell me in the comment box below. And like always, I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.